Good crafty morning, YouTube friends. Welcome to my Under the Sea projects. This is a card that I created for the Marvelous Magnolia Challenge blog. The challenge blog used to be my challenge blog, and I opted to relinquish it to another one of the design team members who wanted to carry it on because I have just been too busy with my YouTube channel and am unable to carry on. So she took it over, and I'm going to stay a design team member and create once a month for this particular challenge. I will link the challenge in the description box down below. So this is the card, and I wanted to do something that I felt was kind of off the charts for me. I obviously you guys like my Magnolia cards, but I wanted something that was going to be kind of over the top. And I pulled out my Under the Sea papers, and I pulled out my my summer Tildas, and I just had to go with this. I created this single fold card, and I used a stencil from Dutch Doobadoo. I obviously used the Under the Sea papers from Heartfelt Creations, and I created a shaker card, and it is a single fold card. I use this absolutely precious and adorable Tilda. Absolutely just love her to pieces. She has great hair to color, and I love how it turned out. I did alter up my my paper seashell with all these different pearls. Also the fish, I put pearls all over the tail, and the man o' war as well. So I did a lot of wall spackle on this card, and I was very inspired. I meant to have this ready. Hold on, I think it's back behind here. Yep, it is. I was very inspired by this card on the cover of Noir magazine. And I actually ordered this card or this magazine specifically so I could look at this because I found it quite beautiful. I have this a similar stencil to this one, and so I went with that idea in my head. So I did all the layering. I added flowers to match the collection of papers. I added my little berry sprays, and there's a lot of cheesecloth and some like Under the Sea little pieces sticking out here. My little turtle. And then of course the shaker stuff. And I wanted it to kind of look like sand, so I mixed some peach and some ivory and white in there. So the card opens up like this, and that is the inside top. It says life is better at the seaside. I personally don't feel like that. I feel like life is better in the mountains, but I popped up this seahorse, the fish, and this is also popped up. And then your sentiment area is here with the gorgeous seashell background and another popped up fish. And I did back this card with a medium, well, actually I think this is a lightweight chipboard on the back so that the card is sturdy and can stand up on its own, and it will last a very long time. So I want to tell you this, guys, this collection of cards, all of them are sold. I did not list this one on eBay. If you're interested in this card, you can message me. I'd like to get $25 shipped for it. If I don't have a buyer by tomorrow, I will go ahead and list it. But the other cards I'm getting ready to share with you are already sold. Okay, this is my next card. And again, this is a shaker card. And this is this little acetate pocket I purchased, I believe, from Art Attack. And I actually, now that I've done the kind that are kind of inset, so you can see this one's raised and this one's inset. I like this one better, but these are kind of nice to have because it works really well, like in a mini album or something. But on a card, I like the others. So I used some pinks, different shades of pinks in here. I picked out a paper that would have this beautiful shell and coral collection along the side. My super cute Tilda is walking in water, and she's got a beautiful shell that's glittered and stickled. I added these glittered pieces from a Magnolia die. This is a Magnolia die back here as well, and the sentiment reads, "You are fantastic." Fantastic, get it? My Wild Orchid Craft flower cluster with some wall spackle in there, and then I used my stickles on there. And this one pops up on this pretty burlap and lace trim, and then the sentiment area is here, and I popped up a couple of elements from the collection. So that is card number 2. Card number 3 is this one, and I just absolutely love this Tilda so much. It's Mermaid Tilda, and I put some little bling in her hair, and her little fins are all glittered up in there, as the bubbles are glittered as well, stickled. I did use some glossy accents on the coral and some of the shells. And then I use these bling pieces I've had in my stash for a really long time. You know, guys, I'm not a real bright, I don't usually create with really bright colors, but this paper collection obviously warrants it. So I had all this bling in my stash for a really long time. The sentiment I layered on top of a bunch of cheesecloth, make a splash. And then I have this great flower cluster that I mix Wild Orchid Craft and Recollections flowers. I added my wall spackle to give the texture, and then I stickled. These right here are Magnolia dies, and to me they kind of look like seaweed. So I stuck those in there along with these pieces that I think also look like seaweed. This is a La La Land edge die, and I just cut 4 of them and put those all around my edge. And this card opens, it's a single fold card, because if I was to do an easel, these pieces right here aren't really strong enough to hold this up for any extended period of time. So I made this a single fold. And it opens with that beautiful scene. And then down here, there's a seashell. And then I layered these tags, popped them up and layered them inside with some twine and some seam binding. And there's plenty of room to write at the top and at the bottom. So my last card, and I lost a gem right here. I need to figure out where that goes. My last card is another shaker card, and I really loved this one. Someone had stamped up some Tildas for me, and I had this Tilda in my stash forever, probably 8 years. And I thought, oh gosh, I'll never use her. I don't do things with fishing. And voila, here we go. So I created another shaker pocket. I love how it turned out with the fish looking kind of like they're in an aquarium, and then her looking like she's catching a fish from there. So, you know, the paper collection lends itself so beautifully to making cards. There's really not that much you have to do. There's already a sentiment. There's only one like you. And the rest of the paper was pretty naked. There's some seashells on here on the paper. So I layered this pretty burlap and lace trim that I got at Michael's. And then I layered it all around the edge to give a border. And then, of course, there was nothing in this corner either except the background shell paper. So I layered my flower cluster, Wild Orchid Craft and Recollection flowers. I used my wall spackle and stickled those. And then these two tags are from the collection. I just cut the bottoms off with the fish on them and tucked those right in there, added the twine bows, and there is, some cheesecloth coming out here. And then this one is an easel, and it pops up on this braided trim. I've got a seahorse popped up and a sentiment area. And like I said, guys, most of these cards are already, I sold them on eBay. But the first card, and I'm going to bring them all out for you. The very first card is the only one that is available for sale. So, as always, I love to hear you guys' feedback on which one you like the best, and if you care to tell me why, I really enjoy that as well. So, here we go. Card number 1 is the one that is available for sale. It's $25 shipped. If you're interested in that, let me know. I will leave my email in the description box down below. And this is the card that will be on the Marvelous Magnolia Challenge blog. So you'll be seeing that. I will link that in the description box down below. And then we have this card here. Card number 2. Card number 3. And card number 4. So I hope you enjoyed those. I definitely will be making some more, as well as a mini album with this collection. I ordered 2 more paper pads, and I still have a pad and a half. So you'll be seeing lots coming up with that. Have a happy, scrappy day.